Hi guys! Okay, so we're gonna ignore the fact that I'm still a little awkward in front of cameras, but I wanted to show you guys everything I made. So we're gonna start with this little guy. I will be putting all the patterns and everything on screen if you guys have any trouble finding them. Most of them are just YouTube videos, but if you have any trouble finding them, or you want me to include the links in the description or anything below, just let me know and I'll add it in. So first is this little dinosaur pattern. Like I said, I'll be putting everybody's names on screen because I forgot to do my homework, so I don't know who each pattern was from right off the top of my head. I've mostly used Burnet blanket and Parfait, but there's a couple of yarn pieces in there as well. This is with purple and pink, and I think it looks more like a little Godzilla, so he's super cute. Next up, we've got this little baby seal. Super cute, super squishy. This was Burnet blanket. Or, actually, no, I think this was Parfait chunky. And then this pattern was also a free YouTube pattern, so I'll be adding that to the screen as well. Next up is this cow, super, super cute. So this pattern was actually a pattern that I bought on Etsy. The pattern actually calls for felt pieces for these, for the little cow markings. And then I believe it was also felt or like embroidery for the nose. I actually just made everything crocheted. So I made little spots and then I made a little snout. Super, super cute though, super chonky. Love this one. Next up, we've got a super tiny little guy. I found a video for a little Dumbo octopus, and I was like, oh, I'll make him, trying to get the focus, there we go. I'll make him out of like this little confetti acrylic yarn that I have, and he turned out so, so tiny. I kind of messed him up because it was a little hard to keep track of where the stitches were, but he's cute. He will be staying with me at home. Next up, we've got this little froggy. It's really chunky. I usually go with the little like merp faces. I don't necessarily go with like happy or angry all the time, but he's super cute. Really, really great for like stress ball toys. They're pretty perfectly hand-sized. Next up, we've got this little octopus. Again, the little merp face. I was actually really, really proud of myself for this one because it was the first time that I've been able to get all 8 of the little tentacles on the bottom. For whatever reason, I think I was just slip stitching 2 after each little tentacle, so I could only get 6 around, and this was the first guy that I got 8. So you guys will probably see a couple other ones where they've only got 6. Alright, next up we've got a bunch of scrunchies. I'm sure as all of you guys know, like scrunchies are so fun to make. They're so quick. I did do a couple cute ones, so like this one's got a heart, and this one's got a little poofy flower. But most of them are just kind of regular scrunchies. Trying to dig them all out. I think this is all of them, so lots and lots of scrunchies. I'm just gonna push those off to the side. Okay, so next up, we've got a couple different froggies. So this was, I think, the first time I ever tried to make the froggy pattern. I just recently started crocheting, so everything I made in June is kind of everything I've made so far. But this was the first little guy. You can tell he's a little rough. He's a little messy, but we love him. He's cute. And then this guy, so I kind of messed him up when I first made him. His little legs are off. I'm guessing my count was just off for each round. And so I've just been telling everybody that he's mid-jump. He's like, whoop. Still super cute though, still super soft. And then we have this little guy. His eyes kind of ended up on the top of his head, so it looks like he's just like looking up at the sky. I do love that these guys like arch downward towards the back, so they're super cute. It looks like they're just sitting. Alright, and then I kind of went a little hog wild with this froggy pattern. So we've got smaller ones. These are velvet yarn. So we've got a tiny one, and then we've got this little guy. This little guy's face actually turned out so cute, so I'm really happy with him. The velvet yarn makes it a little hard to see like the legs pop out as much. I don't think the bobble stitch is quite as pronounced, but still super cute. I think I was originally I made those two because I was trying to get them to stand on each other. Alright. So next up, I had found this pattern for crochet needle holders or like pencil holders. So first I used this color changing like ombre yarn. The only thing about this one is like, again, this was actually, so these were the first two things I made out of crochet stuff. So this one was kind of rough because I was still trying to learn how to crochet. And then this one's just kind of uneven because I think I lost count at some point of the stitches I was doing and my tension changed. But they're both really cute, and they do have space to put like pencils and stuff in, and a little tie to put it around the button. So really proud of those. Next up, I think this was a free YouTube video. If not, then I'll put the name of the Etsy shop on screen, but it's a little cow. He's super cute. This was the first time I tried to do color changing, so I know his legs are messed up and I didn't quite get it right, but I do want to try and make him again because it's just such a cute pattern, and it was really easy to follow along. Again, I'm still learning, so I didn't really know how to do it yet. But yeah, super cute cow. Alright. And I'm just kind of piling everything to the side, so don't mind the pile. Next up was this little kitty. It's so cute. So the pattern was just kind of for like a plain cat color, but I wanted to try and make it a little tiger. So I chose the orange, and then I did the little black details. I still didn't really know how to like sew details on, so it's kind of messy. You can see that I doubled up. But I think it turned out super cute. It's really good for like a little stress toy. It's really nicely like hand size. Next up, this was like, I think the third thing that I ever crocheted. It's actually from a video where it's to make like a little pouch, but I didn't realize at the time that if you use bigger yarn, you get a bigger product. So I didn't turn it into a pouch. I just left it flat, and I kind of use it at my markets and my shows as a way for people to feel the yarn, and just kind of to have like a cute little table piece. It's just a bare face. It's super cute. And I did have the nose. The original pattern doesn't have the nose. At least, I don't think it did. We'll find out. This was one of the first things I crocheted as well. It was actually a round, like a ball froggy pattern, but I really wanted to see if I could just extend it and make it like one of the little like squeeze toys. So I did that. He's supposed to be angry, but he kind of just looks sad. But he's still cute. He's okay. Alright, so next up we have a ton of the little octopuses. Ah! I just dropped one. Okay. Disaster averted. So, crisis averted? Anyway. So these are a bunch of little keychain type hanging octopi. They're all made with the baby blanket Bernay, so it's really soft. It's super cute. I made these pretty recently actually, so I think most of them, the shape turned out a little bit better than like my first one. And yeah, I'm hoping these do well, especially like for kids. And actually a lot of the time, so I've taken a couple of my things to craft shows. I mostly do clay, but I've been starting to crochet, and a lot of the dads really like the little baby octopi, so wanted to make a couple different ones for them. They're all just gonna fall off. So this was one of the first keychains that I made in crochet. It's a little jellyfish, and I'm actually super proud of how he turned out. Now that I've crocheted a couple more things, he's actually super, super simple. At the time, I was like, oh my god, this is so tricky, and like, I'm so proud of myself. Still super proud of myself, but not as tricky as I thought at the time. So, little jellyfish. Again, I had kind of gone crazy on the frog pattern that I found. This is actually a sparkle yarn. I found out that I don't really enjoy working with sparkle yarn. It's kind of a pain in the butt, and I don't know, like the needle just doesn't quite slide as well. But I have to admit, it's so, so pretty, and he's just a little froggy sitting on his bottom. So we'll see. I might try to do more sparkle yarn stuff, just kind of go into it knowing that it's a little bit harder to work with for me. Okay, I think this is the last, yes, this is the last octopus. He is the Parfait XL. It's the really, really big Parfait, like soft yarn. And he's pretty cute. He's quite a bit bigger than these guys. You can kind of tell. And yeah, super, super soft. Okay, so anyway, I have made a couple of these little Godzilla dinosaur ones. They're so, so cute. So the first one I made was this one, and then I made one in this coral color with white spikes as well. But I gifted that one to my friend, so now I've got the little purple one and the green one left. And you can see on my TikTok, I have taken a little, I made a little stop motion, it's very silly, but on my TikTok, I made a stop motion of the first two that I made, destroying my desk and being Godzilla-ish and then falling in love. So, super fun. Next up, I did make, so I found a little Instagram pattern, and it was for a bear keychain, but I wanted to make it a little bit bigger, so I made it into a plush. Unfortunately, I'm still learning, and I basically completely forgot to make arms for him. So he just has legs, and I mean, you can kind of look at it like he only has arms. But I also wanted to add a tail, and the pattern didn't have a tail. So I tried to make like a little ball, which worked out really well. I don't think it's in the right placement, and I think it's a little too big for him. But I do love him. He's very cute. Alright. Next up, we've got these little velvet frogs. They're both angry. So first I made him, and he's got blue eyes and his little cheeks. He's so, so soft. And I made this guy, and I just did white yarn for the eyes and the little mouth. I thought it stood out a little bit more, and he is also super, super soft. I do have to admit, working with the velvet yarn is so much nicer and easier. The needle just like slides through everything really nicely. Next up, we've got this little ghost. So I tried to crochet like a year ago, and I was really disappointed in the first thing I made, so I just kind of gave up, and then I just came back to it this year. But the first thing I had ever made was a ghost, and so the first couple of things that I made this year were not ghosts because I didn't trust myself. But I did make this guy eventually, and I think he turned out really cute. As I drop him. But yeah, so I'm really happy with him. And then I made this guy. I used, I think, too big of a crochet needle for him because he's kind of loose, and I did not like fill him enough. I'm still trying to figure out how much filling is the right amount of filling, but he's still super cute. Then we have chickens. So I actually, one of my coworkers ordered a bear and a chicken from me for her niece. So I did embroidered faces on them, but it was super, super cute. And it was, I also used a bigger yarn, so it was closer to like this size for the chicken and probably closer to the actual bear size for the little grizzly bear. And I'll try and start taking pictures of things if I sell them or like for custom orders so I can still show you guys what they look like in these videos. But these are three, these are three little chickens that I made. They're super, super cute. Again, I think this was with the, excuse me. I think this was with the little baby Bernay blanket. And they're pretty like hand sized. They're super cute. I think I did a lot better of a job stuffing these because they kind of hold their shape better if I squeeze them. And then this guy's got golden eyes. This guy's just got the black eyes. And this guy's got the little brown eyes. And I do have those guys up on my Etsy if anybody wanted to go to my Etsy and take a look. I'd appreciate it. Next up, we've got leggy froggies. So for the leggy froggies, I also found a free YouTube video, but I actually ended up buying a pattern. So I'll link the pattern because I think the leggy froggy video kind of was a little hard for me to understand as a beginner, whereas the pattern made it really, really easy. So this was the first leggy froggy I made, and this one was based off of the video. So he's got a little flower, and I miscounted. So his arms are actually further behind than they should be. So when you look at him from the front, it looks like he's holding his arms back, which, pushing everybody away, which if I sit him down and I pretend like it's on purpose, it looks like he's chilling. Like he's just holding himself up on a nice day. But yeah, he's not really supposed to look like that. And then this pattern also had like a little purse for him, which was really, really cute. So then from there, I made, honestly, my favorite thing that I've made so far probably, which is this guy. Oh, he's really big. Okay, hold on. Let me get you guys zoomed out. He's still really big. Okay, so this guy I made using the Etsy pattern, and I did a puffy flower, which I found on a different YouTube video for him. I gave him a little blushy face. And then I actually made a basket for myself, which was kind of fun because the first one I made was a disaster, but then I figured it out. I put a little like leaf / heart on it, and I made a little strawberry for him. So the strawberry goes in his little basket because he's like a little gathering frog. And then the purse can actually go over his head. So he can actually like hold it. And I'm super, super proud of this guy. He is super, super cute. He's so soft and he's so sweet. And I love him. And then I wanted to make him a little emotional support froggy friend. So I made a little tiny leggy froggy. This is just with acrylic yarn. And yeah, he holds him. So that's everything I made in June. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah. Thank you for bearing with me while I'm awkward and trying to get used to YouTube. Bye, I hope you have a great day.